Yeah.
Ooh.
It's Big
Hello,
Daddy.
hello, hello,
What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing
everybody.
today, Stella Bella?
I am well. I am. Do I look tired?
Um, nah, you don't look tired, but
I
your
can't
swag
tell.
does.
I can't tell because I'm not wearing my glasses. I can honestly hardly see myself. But when I wear these headphones with my glasses, it pushes them into my head, so it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. And I didn't want to come.
Well, welcome everybody to episode 97. I am your host, Daddy Goods, and she is also the host. We're both hosts. Like, can we be co-host if we're both host of a show? Is that possible?
I think that's what the word co-hosts mean.
Is
I
that
don't
really
think one is subordinate. I
Mm,
think
so,
they're both equal.
so I'm one half of the Cypher Chronicles, and you're the other half.
Mm-hmm.
When we were going through our little riff, when we were going through this so-called fallout that you were talking about, that we
It wasn't
had,
a fallout, but
what was it? Because that's what you called
it
it.
was some bumps in the road for sure.
There were some bumps in the road, some
There were
speed
some
bumps.
bumps in the road. Yeah.
I was going to ask you if I could just have the Cypher Chronicles. I was going to kick you off the Cypher Chronicles.
That's funny that you think that you could do that.
Well, I thought I was going to have to do what I had to do to,
So
keep
what?
the show rolling. Keep the show rolling,
The show's rolling.
Oh, I
The
know.
show just went a whole other direction that we didn't just really super discuss. That was meant to be temporary, and then when I actually made it temporary, then you know.
What's the Chisme today? That's the question of the day, everybody. What's the Chisme?
If you got
I
some
want to know it.
chisme, share it. Let us know. Did you order your free COVID tests today?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I definitely ordered the free COVID test because that's always on my mind.
No, I'm serious, but
I'm being serious.
oh,
It's always on my mind.
I
What do
didn't
you?
know if you were fucking with me. You guys, he does this where he doesn't know that he comes off a certain way, evidently, but whenever he talks, he literally comes off like he's fucking playing with you. So
I think they've discovered this by now at this point. They know that I mess around a lot. Anybody that listens to this podcast probably knows that I mess around a lot.
Yeah, you do. You play too much. And
So
then when
anyways,
nobody takes you seriously, you're like, why the fuck does nobody think, why does everybody think I'm playing? It's because you always are.
well, because it's good to be lighthearted. It's good to have good energy and to just make the mood right all the time. That's me. I'm Mr. Mood Right. So call me MMR, Mr. Mood Right.
I'm just
That's
moody,
your boy.
So
I used to have chicks come over to the red room and they'd be like, "What's this?" And I'll be like,
side chicks be like,
side chicks be like taking pictures with the red walls and stuff like that. I had the red walls, and let me tell you, that was literally the backdrop for side chicks at the time. That's why I don't got red walls now, because I'm all married and stuff like that. There's no red walls. It's boring now. There's eggshell paint, no special colors or no mood setting tones, no
the
candles.
fact that you said eggshell, that's a very you're married or a homeowner or something when you call the different whites by their different colors,
Like, nah, Jimmy, that's definitely
eggshell.
white. That's definitely white. And I'm like, no, time out. I'm a married man, and
there's levels to this shit.
It's eggshell, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Stella for catching that, because you're so right. Like, why would anybody ever call paint eggshell? Seriously.
Yeah. No,
that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
I always wanted, when I was younger, I would always take a bunch of those samples, those paint samples, with all the different colors.
Yeah.
And I'd hang them on my wall. I always wanted a full wall of them, but I never took that many.
So let's talk about how you were just hating on me about having 1,000 subscribers on the Daddy Goods solo channel. You were like, oh, you think you're all that now because you got 1,000 subscribers over there?
first of all,
I want to talk about it.
give them some context. What was I saying and what were you saying before that? Since you want to talk shit, go ahead.
Honestly, I low-key forgot what we were talking about prior to that.
Okay.
It has something to do with, you were telling me that I can't remember. It was something about the whole.
You were like, do you ever look back on our old episodes and look at the numbers and just be like, damn, And I told you no, because the majority of those numbers were just people, stopping by to fucking jerk off to my feet and then they fucking take off. Like, they weren't here for the actual conversation, like the real content, And that's what I wanted people here for. And then you're like talking about something with numbers. And I was like, look, just because you got 1,000 subscribers now doesn't you know what I mean? Like, congratulations, by the way. Plenty of Feet Pod hitting 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, I'm just like, I also didn't measure our value and worth on numbers. Like, for me, I feel like the content of our conversation and our relationship and the way that we like vibe on this show, like, I don't need a number to tell me that we're cool. Because I always thought we fucking were when we had 10 subscribers, when we had 500 subscribers, and now where we have almost 4,000, like, I'm still cool. Like, when I stopped showing my feet, our subscribers dropped like 200. But like, they've made it back up to higher than they were before. Like, we're like 5 away from hitting 4,000. So, by the way, if you haven't subscribed and you stopped by, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I love and appreciate you. But to me, like, numbers don't tell me anything. Like, Joe Rogan's podcast gets millions of views. It's not my favorite podcast. Like, still, like, I don't listen to it regularly. It's not something I enjoy because, for whatever reason.
He would have never got bought out by Spotify for X amount of millions if he didn't have numbers, though.
Right, but he wouldn't have numbers if he wasn't a fucking celebrity.
That's where numbers matter, though, is when you're getting like numbers, regardless of whatever people are clicking on the content for. What they're clicking on the content for doesn't really matter, because as long as your show is producing numbers, that's what matters in like showbiz, right? That's what matters in showbiz, and making a show something that you want to do for a living. Numbers matter. So if you want the show, not just talking about our show right now, but just any show in general, like if somebody were to ask me like about anything that has to do with a podcast, I would say, if you're getting numbers, then you're doing something right. And you should probably do more of what's producing numbers. That's where people find a niche. Now, let's take the NBA basketball, for example, because I know you like jersey chasing. Let's take that as example.
Never have I ever jersey chased, but go off.
All right, so let's take them for example. The NBA, they are successful because people like to watch basketball, right? They're not worried about what people, when they're watching basketball, what they're doing. They're not like, oh man, we're not gonna play full court basketball no more because we don't want people to be barbecuing as they're watching.
But I didn't get into the podcast game to be a foot fetish model or a sex worker.
Right.
And but that's where that shit was headed. Like, and it went there really fast. No, but it's because you weren't the object. I was. I had to take time out of my day to like go and get pedicures, make sure my feet were on point, and then I have to listen to everybody's, you're like, ignore him, but you don't ignore, like, if you have a business, you're not ignoring your customers. They're there, they want, and regardless, like, nobody's paying us for this shit, right? Like, we didn't have a subscription, set up or anything like that, which honestly, I would have understood complaining and all that bullshit if that was the case. Wasn't the case. Like, it took this really sharp turn into something that was just playing and for fun, and it became like actual like requirement. And I didn't like how that happened. And then it wasn't even about us talking. It just became like, oh, like I'm the fucking jester in the middle of a courtyard and all these people are giving me all these requests in the comments, and now I got to do them to keep them happy because it's giving us views.
So
like, that's what I wasn't cool with.
What's crazy to me though about that is that you can go back on a lot of the live episodes that we did, and you can see that we're actually talking to a lot of people in the comments because people are tuning into the conversation as well.
Sure, but then it's not a podcast, it's a show, and those are two different things. And it's like, if we're going to be a show, then that's a show. If we're going to be a podcast, then we're going to have conversations. And I know, like, there are a lot of times where you're like visibly and like verbally like bored with conversation. You are more like, you like the rise, you like the people, their response to the stuff, like you like numbers, you like these things. And for me, I didn't care too much about that shit as much as I cared about wanting to be respected in a setting where I wasn't respected. Like, there were the few people who were cool in the comments, but to the majority of the men that stopped by through there, I'm just this thing that they're beating off to, and I'm not, my toes aren't this color, or I'm not wearing this, or I'm not wearing nylons, or I'm not wearing flats, or I'm not wearing sandals, or I'm not wearing heels. Oh, if I did this more. And it's like, you'll just never understand because you've never been the subject of it. And like, being a guest on your Plenty of Foot pod is fine because that's the purpose of that show, right? But that's not this purpose. Like, I always liked, like, when we talked about doing this, we talked about all the things we're going to talk about. Like, it was more conversation content based. And like, people liked the conversations we had. People, liked the topics that we had. Like, nobody was talking about that shit, and we were talking about that shit. And like, that's what I thought made us special, not like being fucking jesters in a courtyard. Like, like, oh, they told me to do this. Let me do this.
Any show or podcast though, there's something about that show or podcast or whatever it is people find entertaining that makes the subjects in the show some kind of gestures. Like, I'm a jester too, and even if there's a foot cam, because people are tuning in and they're getting entertained in some kind of way. So like, that's what show business is in general.
It's
like, you're doing something to entertain people. It's a podcast.
Me into sex work.
I mean, I guess.
So that was that. Like, it wasn't on purpose, and it wasn't like, but that's what it did. Right? Like, that was the impact. And it wasn't something that I had even had a conversation with myself in my head about whether or not I was comfortable with the direction it went and what I am now.
Right.
Like, I didn't have the time to process it. We were dropping 2 episodes a week, like, it was what I mean? Like, we were on hustle mode. We were on let's be podcasters full time, like, on these things, but like, at what cost? And like, for me, it was costing me a lot of things. Like, I had, relationships, not like romantic necessarily, but like family and friends, like, full on, like, I'm not fucking with you. Like, this is crazy. This isn't who you are. Like I had full on falling outs with people, and to me that shit wasn't worth it, because it's like at some point I get to do what I want to do, and if you want to be a part of my life, like sure. But like the specific people that I was losing as a result, like nothing was worth losing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because at one point in my life, I cared about what other people thought, and I
It's
was
not
that
even
way.
caring about what people think in that respect. Like I've said this, like if it doesn't change like my fundamental values, then like it doesn't matter like whether you like it or not. But I hadn't even had time to like assess whether or not it was doing that. And like for the people who've known me since I was a baby, you know what I mean? They're like, this is not you. Like, what are you doing? And
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's just for fun. It's ah, but like it wasn't fun for them, and it wasn't always fun for me either.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's where I wasn't being true to myself. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like if it wasn't always fun for me, what the fuck was I doing?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, then I guess it's a good idea that you stop doing it, like on this show,
Like
on
am
this
I
podcast.
okay with like being like a guest on your show that I know is specifically for that? That's different because I'm going into it knowing what it is,
Right.
and like there's that. And like it's
Mm-hmm.
not so much focused on conversation, it's just you're there having a good time entertaining the people who are there to see that. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not what I thought we were doing here.
Right.
I thought we
I
were entertaining with just the way that you and I vibe and our conversations and our topics, and like
right.
whoever came from that was like our people.
Right. Yeah, so how this whole conversation came about, everybody, is we were trying to come up with a title for this episode right here. And I was scrolling through trying to see if we used an actual title that we were going to use for this episode before. And I was just scrolling through the videos and I'm like, damn, do you ever look at how many views and just all kinds of likes and everything our episodes were getting? And she pretty much said like, no, not really. And that's how this whole conversation pretty much started. But yeah, man, I feel you that you didn't want to do it no more. I was cool with it, obviously. But see, like for me, I'm somebody who I feel like the things that you want in life, right? So you manifest the things that you want in life, right? And I feel like you do the work to get towards the things that you want in life. And obviously, like you said at the time, we were talking a lot about becoming full-time podcasters, and we were
Mm-hmm.
getting like no views at all when we were talking about those things. And then
Right.
we came up with some ideas and we started getting views, and then the show became what it became. And I'm somebody who I'm like, man, I believe in destiny a lot, and sometimes I feel like the things that happen, they aren't always what you planned, but
I hear you.
there's a
I
split
mean,
in
I
the
feel that.
road. Yeah, there's a split in the road, and then you're there and you're like, dang, this isn't exactly what I planned for, but it's working and I like it. Um and then you start doing it. But in the same breath, I'm like, I get like what you're talking about totally. But that's why I took it to another channel, because accidentally that came about. Like I didn't ask for that, and I didn't intend to do that either. That was never the plan. But I
Here's the thing, like I was at first when you're like, hey, I want to do this, I'm like, dude, like how could you? Like literally like that shit, like because I felt like I had compromised so much, like it felt like how's that cool to me, like, but then I was like, no, it was a really good idea. Like it was Jimmy's idea to show, like to have a foot cam, and whether or not it started because we were trolling some fucking asshole incel in the UK or not, like it was a good
somewhere in
fucking
the world.
idea. It was innovated, right? Like nobody had a podcast with a foot cam. Nobody had a podcast with foot cam. There was like a foot fetish-ish podcast with two girls sitting on a couch and the camera's away and their feet are barefoot. But there was no podcast with two people talking and then specifically a camera close up on the feet. Like that right there, like the fact that that didn't exist, now knowing what we know about how big this community is, like that is like fucking genius, right? Like why wouldn't you run with it? But like, and having like the different guests on it, I like that. Now I would feel a type of way if you had one solid person every time showing their feet, because then I'm like, dude, you just ripped off our shit. Like, even though it was your shit too, it's like, come on, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm sure I'd eventually be okay with it. I just like have to sit with it for a while.
You would really think that if I had the same guest every episode, that I would be ripping off this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it was your choice to not want to have anything to do with it.
Because it was literally built on your idea and my feet.
What do you think the makers of Seinfeld would have did if Seinfeld didn't want to be on that show? What do you think they would have did? If he said
be Seinfeld. He's literally Seinfeld.
Okay, that was a bad example. All right, so let's think of another show. What other show is there? Full House. All right, what do you think if Danny Tanner said, I don't want to be on Full House no more? What do you think they would have done?
Well, I mean, they replaced Aunt Viv, right? Like, people are getting replaced, but like, this isn't that. Like, we're not like greedy fucking Hollywood producers.
No, we're not.
And you're already doing the same type of show with different people. Like, but like, I just feel like I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. Like, it feels like whack.
Do you feel that way about the show as of now? Like the way it's going as of today? Is that what you mean?
No, I like the way it's going today. I like the different guests like that who are showing their feet. You know what I mean? Who are like foot fetish models or trying to be, or whatever it is, that they're doing.
For the record, though, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I want to have all guests on the show, not just the foot fetish models. I want to have like all different walks of life on the show as well.
Showing their feet.
Yep. Not just I do have a few guests on that show, the Plenty of Feet pod, where they're not foot models. I do got a few.
I have had conversations with a couple of women who are like professionals and all these things, who like are kind of down to show their feet on the podcast, that I've been trying to direct your way, just so you know.
Oh, have you? I didn't know that you had any kind of suggestions. Yeah, that's cool.
No, I've
Send them my way.
Yeah, I'm like a huge supporter of yours, Jimmy. Like, even if I'm like, I don't want to do this, or I'm not comfortable with this, or I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still not trying to get in the way of you being great either. You know what I mean? Like, still want you to win. I just feel like there are ways to do that doesn't feel like a slap in the face to me.
Well, I hope that I'm not slapping you in the face doing anything I'm doing.
Currently, you're not.
Okay, good. So you're just saying, I mean, I never intend really on having like the same like co-host like all the time. You know what I mean? That's never my intention. I might have an occasional co-host here and there, though. It's fun. It's fun to have like another co-host every here and there.
Isn't that kind of like what it is when you have a guest on the episode? Or like, I feel like your pretty consistent co-host is Erica.
I mean, she's been a co-host like 3 times, maybe. I have 27
Yeah.
episodes now. So she's
Yeah.
been a co-host like 3 times. But no, the podcast in general, it's me talking with
You're
a guest.
interviewing a guest.
Um,
Yeah.
An interview rather. It's definitely, there's some where it's more conversation based, but you know, a lot of times I do ask questions that I feel like, I would want to know, or the people might want to know and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It mixes up every other episode or here, just like that one episode we did with Whitney not too long ago.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun having two co-hosts on that show with you and Erica, and then Whitney being the
And
actual guest of the show.
Litwit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
If you
yeah.
guys haven't checked that episode out, that's 3 feet, 3 pairs of feet on that episode for you.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Erica, and Litwit.
I actually have an episode coming pretty soon. An idea is going to be like a different kind of theme type of episode. I'm going to have a couple people on there, but I got something that I want to do mid episode that I'm going to have to holler at you about. I want you to come in for like a brief little 5-minute clip if you got time.
Okay.
It ain't going to be just you. It's going to be a couple other people too. It's going to be a few. I'll tell you the idea.
Okay.
I'll tell you the idea off air though.
Idea. Okay.
Idea. Yeah.
Well, you can
So,
go
yeah.
ahead and let me know. But yeah, that's how all of that came about. That's the Chisme here, people.
That's the Chisme of the night anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that,
let's talk about how our boy Trent hit us both up today.
all right, yeah, Trent.
So he finally beat me at darts, right? I haven't played darts since we played darts. And
Right.
he thinks he can call himself the king, talking about, oh, you never beat me. And so I literally scroll up because I don't delete any texts, and I screenshot all the times I beat him, and I sent it to him, and I sent a GIF with it saying I have the receipts. And he's like talking about calling himself the king, and I'm just like, bro, who the fuck are you lying to? Like, you beat me one time, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ. And then, because he hit me up and he's like trying to play me darts. And he's like, oh, he said something afterwards. And I was like, oh, you must have learned how to play because now you're trying to play me again. Like, it's been months and now you're trying to play me. So you must be practicing. And now you're trying to hit me up and try to like take my crown.
I'm going to read you the conversation between me and Trent right now.
Okay, then I'll tell you what else we talked about.
All right. Okay. All right. So he randomly sends me a dart request or whatever. All right. And I'm like,
I told you he learned how to play. He's been practicing.
And I'm like, I put the crying emojis, like the crying laughing emojis. I said, this motherfucker. And he said, run that shit, little N-word. I don't say that word, everybody. So all my black friends, I'm still invited to the cookout. Don't worry. Anyways. All right. And I said, it's been a while trying to catch me slipping. I decline. And then he says, you eat ass, don't you? I said, yes. He says, well, run that shit with the crying emojis. And then I put the little thinking emoji with the chin, with the hand on the chin. Like, I said, good point. And then we started playing, right? And then I beat him, of course. Yeah. Because I'm way better than him at darts.
Jimmy always wins at darts.
Yeah. And then he says, fuck boy. And then he says, boy, I'd like to fuck. And then wait, ... And I said, this man is gay. And he said, you ever shit yourself? Mad depressing. I'm like, what?
Yes.
Like the most random conversation.
That up to me today too. He said it feels like 2nd-degree failure. And I was like, yeah, that's another reason why I don't do anal, because clearly I'm already gonna have a problem with an old age, like not being able to hold it in. Because I was like 27 and I was sick and I was like trying to make it to the bathroom and I fucking shit myself. And like
Oh
I
no.
cried like a baby because I was like, I'm 27 and I just pooped my pants, you know? Like I'm like
You
crying
pooped your
because
pants at 27?
I felt okay. First of all, I was very sick. I had like a
That's
stomach
the
flu or
Chisme.
something. That is the Chisme. I have like a stomach flu or something. I'm 27 years old. My kids are babies. I feel like shit, but like who else is going to take care of them? You don't get a day off when you're a mom.
Right.
And my bathroom is upstairs and I'm trying to get up the fucking stairs as fast as I can so that I could use the bathroom, and it just slips out. And
Goodness gracious.
I was mortified. Nobody was home, just me and my kids, but like I started crying because I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed and I was like full on like I'm 27 and I just pooped my pants, and like I was just so sad. I was like depressed for like a
Yeah, I
couple of
mean,
days because of that.
that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. So, anyways, I'm gonna continue the conversation with
Yeah,
Trent
go
here.
ahead.
I said, well, I've been holding my shit in for a while watching this whole movie, Spider-Man. Got me over here thinking about taking a tarantula shit.
What's a
What?
tarantula shit?
I don't know. Just something I made up because I was talking about Spider-Man. I watched that new
Oh,
movie, by the way. It's actually pretty good. I almost cried during that movie. Did you
I
watch
heard it
it?
was really good. No, I haven't
I
seen it
almost
yet.
cried. I'm like, got me all vulnerable over here. Come on now. Don't be doing me like that, Marvel. Yeah.
Marvel does everybody like that. They don't care.
And why do they play shit like really at the end of the credits though? Like they'll play something like mid credits, but then if you wait, all the way to the credits are all the way done, and there's like thousands of fucking names and companies and all kinds of
Yeah,
different shit that
it's
they
a
got to
huge
shout out.
production. Yeah.
Dude, they play something at the end too. Like we sat there for like 15 minutes waiting for all those credits to go down. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I don't
Funny
want to
for
just be
you to
sitting here for no
complain
reason.
about that because you used to do that to our viewers. You
I
like play
know.
the music like, and then do it again. We're still here, and then
Well, at
go,
least at
Mr.
least I like
Marvel.
at least I let them go like after like 20
A
seconds.
minute, yeah,
Marvel will have you sitting there for fucking ever.
whole
Like
other
really?
30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit is nuts. Shit is bananas, y'all. So yeah. Oh shit. Oh, another news, everybody. There was a near asteroid today. I just got the alert on the fucking weather channel right now. It says an asteroid wider than the tallest building to pass by Earth today. Goodness
What?
gracious. Yeah, I'm getting this alert right now. Live breaking fucking news. Closest it's been to Earth since 1933, over 1 million miles away. So I am actually going to
A
fuck
huge kilometer-wide asteroid will pass by Earth today. Bruh, it
goodness
better
gracious.
pass by because I saw Don't Look Up, and I would not blame them for not telling us because people would just fucking panic and do dumb shit. But
Now I gotta look outside and we'll look out for this asteroid. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit now. Like, how are they gonna tell us as the asteroid is going by?
yeah, that's fucking crazy.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the so-called eruption that happened in the ocean. What if that was a fucking
Oh,
asteroid?
it says it will pass within 1.2 million miles of our planet, moving 47,344 miles per hour, according to NASA's, Center for Near Earth Object Studies. How is that near Earth if it's like millions of miles away?
I don't know. I don't know. It's probably closer than that, honestly.
Like,
Or it's really like a UFO in the sky that's gonna look like to
it's
be
weird that
an
you
asteroid.
got that because it says it passed by at 4:51 p.m. Eastern
Really?
time.
Oh wow. So it already passed by Earth.
I mean, I guess. Hold on. It won't be the largest asteroid ever to sweep past Earth. That honor belongs to asteroid 3122 Florence, which flew by and missed colliding with Earth on September 1st, 2017. I don't remember being told about that shit. The
No.
asteroid is estimated to be between 2.5 miles and 5.5 miles wide and will make another pass on September 2nd, 2057.
2057. The same
Yeah.
asteroid that passed by before?
Yeah.
What? How's that even
Well,
possible?
because of the orbit, it's like a gravity thing.
That's why it's not real. There's no way it's real.
So
The
3
same
okay, in
asteroid in
addition
space is going to come and hit the Earth. I mean, or go by the Earth again 100 years later. That's
to 7482, which I think this one's name is, 3 other asteroids will pass by Earth on Tuesday. However, none of the objects, which range from bus to airplane size, are as big as this one, and nor will they pass as close. While the asteroid is unlikely to be visible today with the naked eye, amateur astronomers with a small telescope should be able to spot it. Oh.
that's kind of whack,
Well,
honestly. That wasn't good information from them. Like, seriously. Like, you're gonna make everybody be like, what? Wait, what? And you're gonna be like, but you won't be able to see it unless you got an actual telescope. Like, come on.
well, yeah.
Hmm.
I can't even see my fucking face on a screen in front of me right now. That's how blind my ass is.
Hey, did anybody see the 49ers win the other day, by the way? You already know we're going to the Super Bowl, right?
I don't
I know
think
you
the
don't. I know you
49ers
don't
are
watch.
going.
I know you don't watch football and don't support it. But
No, but somehow I'm a Jersey chaser.
oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
wait a minute. Did
Oh,
Biden shit
yeah.
himself today too?
Probably.
Biden shitted himself today. Let's play the clip. Hold on.
I'm not surprised. He's literally like 300 years
But
old.
even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
Who said uh-huh? Was that
Even Dr.
Kamala?
King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
Yeah, it must have been
What's
Kamala.
what's one got to do with the other, bro? What the fuck?
Wow. People in the comments are like, we need Master Trump back. Master Trump. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I know that guy. That wasn't even like a comment with a whole bunch of likes. I know that guy right there. Shout out to that guy. Somebody says, what? Everybody's like, what are you talking about? Somebody said he's getting fired. Somebody says they said they shake their head every time he talks. Yeah, I don't be all tied up into politics like that and everything, but I think we all know he's the sleepiest of all time when he's on
Yeah,
stage.
they fucked up when they nominated him instead of my guy Bernie. Bernie's the
Yeah.
fucking man. And I don't care who has an issue with me saying that. Bernie is the motherfucking man.
You think people are gonna get mad at you for saying that or what?
I don't know. Oh, you're a socialist. You don't even know what a socialist is. I think a lot of people hear that word and they're like, oh, and it's like, first of all, socialism, communism, not the same thing. Y'all need to go and read a book. And yeah, I don't know. People are just fucking, they like see shit. They get their news from like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And then all of a sudden, they like see.
Sorry.
All of a sudden, they're like scholars, right? They're like political fucking science majors and just popping off the mouth left and right.
What, on TikTok?
Huh? Just people like fucking people are like, oh, but he's a socialist. It's like, yeah, so is your fucking military. So is the police. So are, you know what I mean? Like everything funded by the government. Hello.
Everything funded by the government is
A
social.
socialist organization, yes.
Yeah, that's where the country is headed for sure.
It's not a bad thing. There needs to be fucking balance. I'm not saying to be all the way one way or the other, but you know that if it's a socialist program, then it doesn't belong to corporations. It belongs to the fucking people. Like,
You
you
would
own
think.
it if it's a socialist thing. Like, you're paying the money into these programs. You're deciding where this money gets allocated to based on how you vote. Like, I don't know. That's just that, and I'm not gonna get too
I think
much
people
more
like
into it.
when you get political though, because I don't
I don't think
talk too
people
much
like when I get
politics.
political.
You don't think so?
I
You
don't
think
think
you
they
rub
do.
people the wrong way or what?
I always rub people the wrong way. One way or another, it's the wrong way.
There's always a wrong way.
Nobody's happy. Yeah.
Instead
Everybody
of
just
talking.
wants something to fucking complain about.
Well, I mean, hey, that's kind of the world we live in today. A lot of sensitive pansies
Sally's.
everywhere.
Yep.
Sensitive Sallies. They don't want to. I don't know. They don't want to just mind their business. Everybody's got something to say. Like here in Vegas, just recently, I think it was yesterday, there was a mountain lion in a backyard of somebody's house, and the person shot the mountain lion, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like flipping out and saying like, oh, if he could shoot a gun and hit the mountain lion with a bullet, why couldn't he do it with a tranquilizer? I'm like, what the fuck? Like everybody's just like complaining and talking like first of all, who just has tranquilizers on hand? First of all. Second of all, that mountain lion could have probably killed that guy and his family. That's a wild animal that could literally maul everybody in the household had it had got inside the house or something like that. So
yeah.
I feel
Had
you.
his
Like as far
child
as
went outside without looking first. Yeah.
that would have been mountain lion food. That child would have been mountain lion food. So, like, come on, man. Like with all the Karen activity, like everybody's got something to complain about. That's why I don't go on Facebook. I don't go on Nextdoor. I don't do none of that because when I do, I get pissed off because I'm like, everybody's got something to say and everybody thinks that their way is the right way. And Karens are just blasting off at the mouth every single fucking thing they say. So I'm just like, come on, man. Like what? Like since when did you start protecting animals and stuff like that? Had the fucking mountain lion ate his child or eaten him or anybody else in the household, they would say, why didn't he shoot the damn thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like there's no right way.
Damned
Like there's
if you do, damned if you don't.
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So that's why I just feel like people should just not give a damn what anybody fucking says. Like, do what you feel is the right thing. I tell my family all the time because there's a coyote problem where we live. And I'm like, if I see a coyote in the backyard, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna kill it. Like, I'm sorry. I fuck with animals and I think animals' lives matter. And it sucks that we fucking took over most of their land. Probably it is what it is. I gotta live here. And you're not gonna come and eat my dog when he's outside taking a shit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look outside, make sure there's no coyotes. If you're back there and you're out there growling with your teeth showing and shit like that, and you don't run as soon as I step outside, then, you're about to get ate by the other coyotes because I'm about to shoot you and throw you over the fence.
That's fucked up.
What am I supposed to do?
I just literally pictured you doing that.
Because I would do it.
I know. I mean, it's true. Like as much as I don't want to hurt a coyote, if it's in my yard and my pets are threatened, like Loki's an asshole, but he's my asshole. You're not gonna eat him. Like, I'll literally fucking fight you. I don't have a gun, but I will have something. I'll have a fucking frying pan, something.
Stella, I just want to point something out right quick. Just kind of going back to our very first conversation. Somebody says, very true. Everyone has something to say. Right. So this guy, his first comment was feet. And then he's chiming into the conversation. You get what I'm saying?
That didn't always happen. Don't talk about it like it did.
But it happens a lot, and it happened a lot.
But it didn't always. It happened with like a handful. If you have 10 people in the comments, great, love it. But we had 65,000 views of people trying to just jerk off to my feet.
Hey, everybody here for the feet right now, go to the Plenty of Feet pod on the Daddy Goods YouTube channel. That's where that show has moved. So we just had a whole conversation why it's not on this channel. We have that conversation like once every 2 months.
And if you want to see mine specifically, I am on that show a couple of times. So
yeah, like not that long ago, like a week ago. So and it's got
just there showing my feet off.
Yeah. Yeah. She's definitely a star in our world. I'm trying to convince her to make it happen. He said,
Called
"What show?"
Plenty of Feet Pod
Just type Daddy
podcast.
Goods. Just type Daddy Goods in the search bar, and my channel should pop up here. Look, Daddy Goods. I gotta make the D capital. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say something funny to you, Stella, that I said to Erica. Just type Daddy Good in the search bar, and then you'll find the new show, Plenty of Feet Pod. And Estella's on a couple of the episodes, and a real recent one. You'll see her picture in there. Yeah, go like and subscribe that channel and leave comments and let me know you went there. If I see you there and you leave a comment, because I know I'm looking at your comments right now, Todd and Foot World Backup and DJ GOG. I think DJ GOG is already on the other one. You'll fuck with that show. You'll like it.
Yeah.
So
If you're looking for mine specifically, I'm on there too. It's just not here anymore.
Yeah, she's on there too. Actually, I might do a pop-up pod with Stella later tonight. No, I'm just playing. She's like, wait, what?
I'm trying to go to the gym here in a little bit.
Unless y'all, never mind. And let me tell you some funny shit that happened earlier. You trying to do a pop-up pod later or what?
Maybe, but probably not tonight. It's gonna be too late. Because when we're done with this, I'm going to the gym. Gym closes at 10. So by the time
you gotta head out pretty soon too.
Yeah, in a little bit.
Well, let me tell you this story real quick. Quick story.
Yep.
It's not even a story. It's just something that I said and Erica responded to, and it was mad funny. So, I told you when we left the movies that I wanted to go and get something from Dick's Sporting Goods right quick, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I told her I need to get a back strap so that I can do some D lifts. And because I don't like saying deadlifts because I don't like using that word. So I said I need to get a back strap so I can do some D lifts. And she was like,
"You
what?
are really funny about that word."
I don't like saying those words. I don't even say that about like my phone when the battery runs low. I don't say, oh, my phone's about to. I don't use that kind of verbiage because our words in our language are fucking.
I know why now, but when you first told me that, I was like, seriously, dude, it's not that deep. And it
is that deep though.
The fact that it wasn't just for then, that it's literally a thing for you. I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. I hear you. You don't want to manifest that kind of shit into your life. I get it.
I don't want to. Yeah. And that's why a lot of times I say grand rising and not good morning, because what do you do when you lose somebody in your family? What do? You mourn.
It's two different spellings. They're not the same word.
But it sounds the same, and it manifests in your soul the same. When you say it, mourning, I'm not mourning nothing today. Why? What's good about mourning?
So then
why would
you
I
don't say the morning? You don't say in the morning? You don't say the morning? MORNING?
I say earlier today, in the beginning of the day.
But they're not the same word. It's two different words.
But it sounds the same. It's the same word unless you look at the spelling, though. That's how they trick you.
Not really.
That's how they trick you with the English language.
Context as well. You're saying good morning. This morning, it's not I am mourning.
They trick you with the English language into putting spells and curses out there. That's why they used to call it cursive. That's why they don't teach cursive no more. Because a lot of our language is about cursing one another.
They don't teach cursive because people are texting and typing and it's more technical now. That's why they don't even focus on handwriting and penmanship the way that they used to, because everybody's using a fucking iPad or a laptop or a cell phone. You don't need to really write anything out anymore. It's like a lost art. That's why they don't teach cursive anymore. But I remember back in the day, 5th grade, I had to write in cursive the whole fucking year.
Let me ask you this, Stella. When someone says, hey, I don't know how to, I don't know the letters to this word. What is that called? I need to know how to
write.
Spell. They need to know how to cast a spell. That's why they call it spelling, because our verbiage, our verbiage and our words are literally casting spells, and people don't even know it. That's why a lot of our music, it really is just brainwashing the kids and brainwashing the youth, and they only
I
pump the
don't
music
disagree
that
with things like that.
it's because the words that they're saying are literally casting spells on people and making the youth want to go and have sex, or little girls going twerking on boys in the middle school and shit like that. It's because the fucking music that they listen to is doing spells on them. Like shit, man. Like
It's not just that. It's like lack of fucking supervision. Like, let's keep it real. Let's not remove our accountability from talking to our kids
it's
and
not
like
it's not it's not about
explaining
that
to
though.
them
I'm
shit.
just
Like,
I feel you on that. No,
it's
totally.
not like hocus pocus. I put a spell on you and
It
now
is like
you're
that though.
gone.
That's
It's
the
not
fucked up
though.
part. It
It's
is.
not. There's
How
no
do you not
way.
agree
Like,
with that?
you think that you have absolutely no ability to like free think and like critically think and discern what you're receiving? Like, come on, you're not just fucking this mindless fuck just walking around. Oh, somebody said this word. I'm gonna go do this now. Oh, I'm gonna go do
Let
this.
me ask you
Like,
this. Let me ask you this.
that's not
It-
the way that shit is.
It's the same thing with TVs, right? So what do they call something on the television? Telecast. They're casting something. What are they casting?
It's like it's a combination of
Casting spells.
broadcast and
Why do you think they call it programs? Because they're programming brains by showing you whatever it is they show you. And why do they call it channels? Because they're channeling something to the people.
Listen, I don't doubt that there has been some kind of intent by some people at some point, via these channels. But to completely remove yourself, the fact that you're a human being and like your responsibility and ability to actually like think about information that's being sent to you and to interpret it, like you're basically saying you're incapable of like free thought. Like,
Well, you can't you can't be talking about me, because the whole reason why this conversation came about is because of my free thought and
oh, well,
noticing these things.
I'm not talking about you specifically, but I'm saying
Okay.
if you're blaming, saying, oh, they're putting a spell on you, they're using their words, this thing. So what you're saying is people have no like free will. Like, we're not actual like conscious beings capable of critical thinking and like taking in
We
information
are.
and interpreting it and then spitting out or leaving what we don't need, or you know
Right.
what I
We
mean? Like,
are totally conscious beings that have the ability to recognize these things and not allow it into our lives. But that's why they use all these tools to brainwash people and to get them into that ultra, that what do they call it, the MK Ultra, the MK
so when
Ultra.
you were doing music, you were casting spells on people?
No, actually, I was whispering in the background great words of encouragement, affirmations, and people would be listening to it. I'd be doing the opposite.
Subliminal messaging.
That's why none of the songs that I did ever hit mainstream, because they probably knew it. They were like, "Ooh, he's giving them way too much real
I
shit."
can't take
And
you
the
seriously.
moment he blows up, he's gonna be giving them all the sauce. We don't need
They're gonna be
Illuminati
free
taking out this guy.
thinkers.
Free thinkers. Yeah.
You're fucking
Hey, that was
wild.
that was some bars I did the other day, by the way, on that dude's beat. Hey, K-Mac, why you
It
keep on doing the thinking emoji?
Because K-Mac's a fellow Aquarian and we just be fucking trying to see all the shit. We have so many questions. We think that Jimmy needs to follow through finally on the slide through freestyle. Where's that song? Do you still have it in your Roadcaster?
The beat. I don't got the
Our slide through jam.
I haven't did that verse in so long that I wouldn't be able to do it right now. Let me see. Hold on.
No, but like, where is it?
I got it, but I don't think not in the
You don't have it in StreamYard, huh?
no, No, hold on, let me see.
No. No.
Oh, but I got the Plenty of Feet pod jingle in there. Look at me. Fuck. I made a Plenty of Feet pod jingle before SFC. That's kind of fucked
I
up.
know that is fucked up. And you do all kinds of fucking clips for your foot pod and all kinds of
Do a
shit
lot
that
of
you used
podcasts
to
for
do
that
for
one.
this one. You don't do anymore.
Wait. I did 2 clips
The
for
focus
our
is on
last
the other
episode.
one. Let's keep it real.
I did 2 clips for the last one though.
Yeah, you did for the last one, but like all the ones before that, when you used to make clips for our podcast all the time, your energy shifted. And you're over here like giving me shit like, oh, you don't take pictures because you don't really care about the podcast. I'm like, bruh, fuck out of here. Because don't tell me that I don't care.
I can't help that Plenty of Feet pod is the #1 podcast on the internet now, and this is number 2.
We still have more subscribers.
Yeah. This is number 2 now, but it's okay. Number 2 is good.
It's not number 2. Jimmy's about to get fucked up.
Stella's getting mad at me right
I'm
now.
gonna get mad at him.
Are you serious?
Don't be fucking calling our podcast number 2. Don't put that on there. God, what
As
are you doing?
She says all that as this is in our broadcast.
You told me to
studio.
put it there. First of all, where's
So
the other
that's
one?
her other podcast, everybody, that she literally does way more clips for than this podcast. And she's talking about me doing more clips for my other podcast.
Whatever.
I literally did 2 clips for this week. And one of them almost went viral, by the way, the whole Drake one. So
yeah. Who is that person who's all so stupid?
Oh,
Who wrote that?
I don't know. Random.
Do you know that person?
No, it hit the Reels algorithm. That's why I got, an okay amount of views.
I was like, who the fuck are you?
You see, that's your problem, Stella, is that you don't know how to ignore people. You don't know how to ignore people when they say things you don't like. You have to respond to everybody.
I don't ignore people when they say things I like and I don't like.
Well, stop being rude to people. There's a lot of genuine great men in the world that want your attention.
K-Mac feels me on this one. It's more like I don't ever want to be somebody who's incapable of like self-reflection and self-awareness. So it's not like I take their opinion to be the truth. Like, no, it's like, wait, am I being this way? Like, let me think about that. Now let me ask some people who are going to be honest with me. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And then, then I make my fucking conclusion. I don't just like, oh, they said I'm gaining weight. I must be gaining weight. I am gaining weight. But you know what I mean? Like, I like shit that people say, like that has been negative or positive. I'm like, is that really true? Do I need to do some work in this area? Kind of a thing. It's not like I don't know. It's just a way for me to like take a pause, analyze, reflect, adjust if I need to, and then carry on.
Right.
None of these opinions pay my bills. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, that's just, but I also don't want to be what else I've been accused of being. And that's
what
like,
would pay your bills?
I don't know.
Selling feet pics.
Selling feet pics never has paid my bills.
All right, everybody. We need to change that right now. We got to get Stella $1,000 right now. Somebody cash app it to her. It's Stella.
Yeah, okay.
Big Bella.
No, it's not Stella Big Bella. That is not my cash app. Jesus Christ.
It's $, Stella Mick, like Mickey D's Bella.
No, it's not. Don't send money there. You guys will send it literally to some random person. Don't do that.
Send it to $ Daddy Goods. What is he?
Don't send it there either.
Are you for real right now? Like, you gonna do me like that? It could have went there and it would have gone to good places. Like the veneers I'm about to get.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just playing
I was
about the
saying
veneers,
something and I
everybody.
don't even remember what I was saying at this point.
You were probably Well, let me jog your memory. We were talking about Cash App and Stella Big Bella.
Oh,
Stella
how
Big
foot
Bella.
pics don't save or don't pay my bills. Yeah, no, they don't. Because I rarely do it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not.
I tickled her feet on the last podcast she was on,
No,
by the way, and
tried.
I tried, and she almost kicked me. I
Yeah,
was gonna
right,
do it for the
right to the
fans,
dome.
but she made it like weird
I was
really
like,
quick though. She was like, "No, like you're weird." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, why you gotta make it weird out of
it
nowhere?"
was
Like,
weird. It is weird. That's it. Do it.
this shit slabs, huh?
It does. I fucking love it.
I wonder if I did it because if it would be on beat with the because like the internet and stuff. All right, let me see if I can do it. Vibes cool, got my vibes good. I think I can do it.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
All right, everybody. I'm not a rapper. All right.
Yes, he is.
He said Jimmy weird, bruh. I might run out of breath though. You gotta have a lot of breath for the way I have a lot of lyrics. I already missed the cue. Hold on.
Do it again. Guys, that's that.
I've been rapping a little bit lately, but I think I can do it.
Yeah, talking to the mic
Can you hear me
too.
All right. Slide through cause the vibe's cool. Got my eyes glued to the signs in between the lines times two. It's high school, how I'm fresh, man, like first day. Got them feeling like I just kissed my first babe. Got the seniors on alert with my flirt game. Heard the wordplay, make them hurt. You need first aid. Underskirts make it burst, that's for certain. Your girlfriend, take it however it pertain. I learned things, how to avoid the serpents. Her parents see me as the golden child though, with the golden wild flow. My show make the town close, pound foes. My performance like I'm on some balco. Enhancements, I'm enchanting, handsome. That ain't cockiness. Oh shit, hold on. Enhancements. See, I knew I was gonna fuck up at some point.
Okay, keep going.
Damn, man, I wanted to finish this for you guys.
All right, 1, 2. Do it again. Do it again.
All right, fuck it.
Guys, it's
All right.
fucking dope.
I haven't even looked at those lyrics in months.
That's why you gotta do it
Actually,
again.
like a year at least. All right, we're gonna do it again. This is the Jimmy rapping rendition part of this podcast.
This is the slide through freestyle I always wanted him to do. And he kept going, nah.
Slide through cause the vibe's cool. Got my eyes glued to the signs in between the lines times two. It's high school, how I'm fresh, man, like first grade. I said first grade. There's a underskirts make it burst, that's for certain. Your girlfriend, take this however it pertain. I learned things, how to avoid the serpents. Her parents see me as the golden child though, with the golden wild flow. My show make the town for my performance like I'm on some balco. Enhancements, I'm enchanting and I'm handsome. That ain't cockiness, your confidence is just for ransom. Meaning you only have I can't do it. I gotta reread these lyrics. I haven't done. I could do it without the beat. Hold on. I said my show make the town close, pound foes, my performance like I'm on some balco. Enhancements, I'm enchanting and I'm handsome. That ain't cockiness, your confidence is just for ransom. Meaning you only have it with material things. Beauty is deeper than the surface, better bury your demons. Better discovering your true self. Just remember when you fell, how that bruise felt. Yeah, that was the end of it.
Slide
But
through, slide
I haven't
through.
done that rap in so long that I had to remember how I did it to the beat. Because when you're
Yeah.
doing like raps, you got to kind of have the flow
Yeah.
down or whatever.
For
The
sure.
way I rap, anyway, that's how I do it. Yeah,
Guys,
there it is.
you guys didn't know that Jimmy had talent.
A little bit.
I still
Nothing
listen to his
crazy.
music. Me and my kids still.
When you say music, you mean one song.
No, I don't. I
Because
listened to several songs, actually.
I only have one song on the internet still, though. Or
No,
two
you
songs.
don't. You have multiple
Maybe three.
songs on the internet.
Maybe three. Yeah. Maybe three, though.
I
Hold on.
told you the one that I really liked the beat to, that I was like, oh, we should have that for the show. But like, obviously you can't get it. So
Can I play my my Plenty of Feet pod jingle real quick?
sure.
So I can show people like that I make jingles too.
Thank you, Jay Win.
Thank you, K-Mac, for showing love.
I know.
All right, so let's see. Yeah, because I did like a little jingle from my other podcast. So I don't know if I like it though. Like I like it. I had fun doing it, but
Hold on to
you
it.
know, I'm not. All right, let's see.
This that POF, plenty of feet. Podcast, and you know we going in deep. Got that top team, and we in sync. Foot cam on the man, keep it tempting. Best guests on the net, baddies only. Less stress, cause we dance to our own beat. And the drum go, then we zoning. Great vibes, cause we live in the moment. POF pod.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Not the
shit.
phone.
That's
No
so
shit.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
Dope.
yeah, I've been having a little bit of fun with it lately.
I
See,
like get into like what I've always wanted you to do was continuing to be creative in some way, shape, or form because you are.
and see, that's all I want to do. I just want to be creative. Like I'm not trying to like do anything specific. I just like being a creator. Like that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
just
it
want to
is.
have fun with it. When I have fun with it, and that's what I discovered the other day when I did the rap for that guy's beat. And I don't do challenges and shit. Like I told him already. I was like, if there's supposed to be a winner, like don't pick me. I don't want to win nothing. I was like, I
Yeah.
just like that beat, and like I had a wild hair up my ass, right? And I'm like,
Right.
I wanted to rap to it.
Mhm.
And I did it. And then doing it, I was like, man, I had fun doing that. And
Mhm.
like it kind of like sparked something because before I think the problem was that I lost the having fun part of making music. And I think that's why I stopped. I know that's why I stopped.
Do you
It's
think
because
it was like a numbers pressure? Like
yes, it was like I think it was I think all of it. Like you're like trying to pursue music and do it seriously. Like you really do
Mhm.
want to like be successful because everybody judges you. Like your family's like, oh, look at him trying to be a rapper, and you know, just all that
Right.
shit. You know what I mean? So like you
Yeah.
want to be successful. So like you're always like trying to make like a
Show
hit song or
them.
something.
Yeah.
And it's not fun no more, honestly. And that really takes away from it. But yeah, doing that the other day kind of like I'm gonna show y'all what I did the other day because I'm actually kind of proud of it. Cause I was listening to it and I was like, man, that's low key some bars right quick. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna show it to y'all. And then we're gonna get off the pod, everybody, because Stella's gotta go work out. So
You gotta get it right. Get it right. Get it tight.
So we're gonna end the pod on this note right here as soon as I bring it over here. I had to turn it to an MP4 right quick.
Right. And me, guys, if you're wondering, I am not musically talented at all. So taught myself how to play piano when I was 12.
I feel like a lot of people probably are, and they just never even gave it a try.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's Daddy Goods here. I was gonna do a rap for Ice Music song, so here we go. I haven't rapped in like 7 years. Let's do it. I know this is like your most unexpected submission. Everybody go follow my podcast. Link in my bio on Instagram, Daddy Goods.
Yeah, I'll play the podcast.
Stopped rapping years ago, so this a miracle. Ice me's one question, where the lyrics go. Dudes rap with auto-tune, Jimmy got the baritone. These lads sound sad and some serotonin. Not talking Omicron, but I got the variant. Said you want a whole sound, what if you surrogate? You just getting jabbed all day like Americans. Or like you in the ring with Errol Spence. Bing bong, fuck your life, let me holler at you. You sleeping hard and about to throw some water at you. You put your whole life on Facebook, they gon' detach you from reality. The metaverse is like a vacuum. Committing cyber sin, AI about to cross you up. And I ain't talking Allen Iverson. You got some NFTs, well that's cool. Just don't be a cyberpunk, and that's true. Oh. Once again,
goodness gracious.
Yay, with the fire.
You got some NFTs, well that's cool. Just don't be a cyberpunk, and that's true. That's bars right there. All that was bars. And see, I'm not just gloating. Like I was saying some bars. I said,
I agree.
I said,
you had a few.
not talking I said not talking Omicron, but I got the variants.
Yep.
Bruh.
And the AI crossing you up like
said you want to host it? What are you, a surrogate? Yeah, like AI cross them up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bars.
That was bars. Anyway. I'm proud.
Thank you.
I'm a proud co-host right now.
Are you really?
I've always been a fan. You know this. I don't just like fucking hype up anybody's music.
Sometimes I feel like you do though, because sometimes you support some pretty whack shit.
Who's whack that I support?
I can name a few.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Because I've posted music from a couple of our guests who I don't think make shitty music.
All right, everybody. Well,
Okay.
thank you for tuning in.
Ouch. I hope you watch this episode. Fuck.
I'm just messing around, everybody. Okay, come at me though. I'll dish you.
I could think of one that you might think about that I used to support, but that was on some friend shit. But
definitely not Spec. I can tell you that. Spec is dope.
Spec is talented. Christian's talented too.
And I like
Haywood.
I was just gonna say I like Haywood too.
Yeah, those are pretty much the only people I post.
So that narrows it down a lot
at this point. So I'm very curious as to who.
All right, everybody. I'm just talking shit. Everybody's dope in their own way.
Shit.
All right, everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna go work out and get it right, get it tight, and stop being.
She's gonna be doing a pop-up pod on the Plenty of Feet pod, like after her workout with sweaty feet.
Oh, ugh. I still
I'm
haven't
just messing
gotten
around.
pedicure.
All right, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks for tuning in. We're out. She's
Bye.
gonna go work out like right now. All right, bye.